What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Monday team here today. You have myself, AlphaDog Bets, here with my guy, JD, from Line Movers. JD, we have a little two-man pick and roll today, just the two of us. Some of the best shows we have is when it's just the classic OGs of this network, just you and I on here chopping it up, breaking it down. We have a pretty good Monday slate. Usually Mondays are a little bit of a lacking slate, but today with the NBA Finals game as well as the baseball slate being pretty decent, some good spots that we think we can target, it's a pretty good slate. How are you today, bro?
Yeah, man, good. Yeah, just like you're saying, today's slate is definitely still really small, but it's actually really good there.
There's value.
There definitely is. Yeah, man, everything is going well. As far as the new diet, I'm 2 weeks down now.
Let's go.
I ended up losing another 3 pounds.
Very good.
I'm now down 12.
Congratulations. Keep it rolling.
Yeah, things are going good there. I'm feeling good. So, yeah.
Love to hear that, brother. Keep that diet going. I know you're putting a big focus on it. You know, we're not young anymore. I'm also on a diet, as you know, sticking to it. So I'm glad the both of us are focused on our fitness, getting back in shape, and, you know, just trying to be healthier. So, sure. JD, I think it's time we dive into our weekend recap. You ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
It's the only day a week I get this right because I say weekend recap every single day, and Monday's the only day that's accurate. So I'll go first. Saturday was a disaster. Super bad Saturday. Couldn't seem to hit anything. But yesterday we bounced back, had a decent day, and we're looking to build on that today. We had a very strong week last week. We profited 6 of the 7 days. This week we're looking to go 7 for 7. So let's get after it and have a monster week. JD, how was your weekend, brother?
Well, your Saturday was basically like my Friday. Was absolutely horrible. One of the worst betting days of my entire life.
That was me Saturday.
So then I basically took the weekend off. So, yeah, definitely. It's always good to take a day off, or actually 2 days off. So yeah, definitely glad I did that and back and ready to roll.
Yep, absolutely. Sometimes you just need a little reset. We do this every single day. There's no off days for us in the capping business. We do this every single day. So sometimes you just need a little reset, and I'm sure you're going to bounce back and have a big week. That's what normally happens after you reset. I've seen you do it time and time again. So let's continue to build, and let's have a big week, JD. You ready to dive into a little MLB and start the show?
Always.
Let's get it, bro. So, as always, guys, if you have any questions on any games, put them up there. I think we covered the bulk of the good ones today, but any other games you guys want to talk about, drop them in the chat. We are here for you. We don't have any comments yet. Where the hell are you guys? This is weird. We normally have at least 20 to 25 comments at this point, so show us you're here. Where the fuck are you guys today? First game we're breaking in. Breaking in. Jesus, JD, it's a Monday. It's a Monday. First game we're breaking down. We got the Phillies. We got the Marlins, and pitching for the Phillies is longtime prospect Mick Abel. I believe he was the number one prospect in baseball for years. Ended up leaving baseball, took a couple years off, got back into it, and is now a starting pitcher for the team that drafted him, the Philadelphia Phillies. Mick Abel's 1-0 on the year with a 2.35 ERA. On the other side for the Marlins, we have Sandy Alcantara. The amount of times I've talked about this guy being the prized trade deadline pitcher that teams are going to look for, and the amount of times this year he's made me look like a complete asshole with how bad he has been. When I've said it so many times. Sandy's coming into this game, guys, 3-7 on the year with a 7.15 ERA. He also has a 1.5 whip. Not exactly great numbers if you're looking to get traded to a contender. JD, I'm going to start with you. We both love this Phillies-Marlins game today. We both think we found some good spots. What do you like?
Yeah, kind of first off, just kind of what you were saying there at the end. As far as Sandy, as far as a trade goes, like I've been hearing like a bunch of stuff about them wanting to trade him. But, I mean, he's had a couple good starts. But other than that, I mean, you know, as far as everybody knows, the season has not been good for him. And I think for him to have any chance of being traded, I mean, I think he has to – I mean, he has to pitch well here. I mean, he has to have – like I said, what he said, he's had 2 good starts. I believe his past 2 starts have been good. Yeah. But he has to do a lot more than actually just like that, though.
Yeah, 100%.
For them to have, for any real value there. But yeah, as far as this game here, I mean, yeah, going into that, this line to me is the market, I guess, thinking that Sandy is back now.
Yep.
That's the only reason why I can see this. You know, I mean, this line last night, I believe, was like minus 135 or so. And it's just steamed ever since then. And I was, as far as the Phillies side, I was actually close to actually playing them there in past. I mean, now at minus 110, I mean, I'm not going to have to play him. I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer just to see if this line moves any actually more. It's probably not. I just don't see how it can move much more than this.
Yeah. I think we know what side the public's going to be on in this one too. So that's why I'm in the same boat as you, JD. I've locked this in already. I have submitted this for one of my SoBet plays, so just letting everyone know. The SoBet Pick'em tournament had over 500 contestants for this round. I'm currently sitting in 11th. There's 2 days to go. And my first pick in the tournament for today is the Phillies on the money line, backing Mick Abel. I'm going with a 2-unit play there. I do think the Phillies will have a big performance here, and Sandy Alcantara just has shown me nothing this year. I've watched the bulk of his starts. He's a guy I've liked to watch because I wanted to see what he could do with the pressure on his back. This isn't a guy you've got to see with a lot of pressure on him in his career. The Marlins have not exactly been a good team in his career. So I think it was a big test for MLB teams to see how he does with the pressure of knowing if he does well, he can go to a contender, and he just has not lived up to it. There's not a single metric with Sandy Alcantara this year that's any good. Like we said in the intro, he's 3-7 on the year. But that's not the bad part. You expect a 3-7 pitcher when you're with the Marlins. They don't win a lot of games. They're 28-41. How can you have a great record when your team doesn't really win games? Well, Sandy has a 7.15 ERA, like I said, and a 1.5 whip. He also has had no control this year. He has 31 walks in 63 innings. He's also given up a ton of homers with 8 on the year. So there's just nothing that could give you any confidence in Sandy Alcantara. The only thing that could make people back him or make you want to back a guy like Sandy is thinking about what he was in previous years, and that's just not the guy he is this year. He has just not delivered. So for me, I am all over the Phillies in the spot. It's a 2U play for me in the tournament, like I said, and I do expect Abel to continue to do well. Maybe one of the best stories in baseball, JD, Mick Abel's story. At home this year, I know he's only had a couple starts, but at home, he only has a 1.6 ERA. He started 3 games this year. He's given them length in almost every single start, and I do expect a big performance out of Mick today. He should have no problem slowing down this Marlins offense, and like I said, I do expect the Phillies to be able to get after Sandy. I do expect some of the big lefty bats they have in the lineup to get after Sandy, and the Phillies are definitely one of my favorite plays today. All right, JD, you ready to keep it moving, or anything else you want to add on this game?
As far as on this game here, I mean, also as far as just I lost it. But as far as Sandy, as far as the Phillies bats against Sandy, they have hit him well. And actually as far as the sample size, there's pretty large. So that's another thing going. And then as far as the Marlins lineup, they have actually never seen Mick. So.
Yep. Not many people have. Right. He's only pitched a couple games in his career, but like I said, he was the top prospect in baseball for a while, top pitching prospect in baseball, left the game, has returned, and it's a good story to watch. He's a little bit younger than us, JD. He's not that far off, though, so it's fun seeing an older guy get back in the league and really start to have some success. So more to come on this. I'm sure we'll have a nice recap of this game tomorrow, celebrating our wins on it, JD. All right, let's keep it moving, brother. Second game we're breaking down today is your favorite team, the Baltimore Orioles, taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Pitching for your Orioles, we have Zach Eflin. Eflin 6-2 on the year with a 4.08 ERA. What does that tell you? Well, what it tells me is that his team hits when he's on the mound. If he has an over 4 ERA, 4.08 ERA, but he has a 6-2 record, means they're hitting when he's on the bump. On the other side for the Rays, we have our guy, Ryan Pepiot. Pepiot's 3-6 on the year with a 3.31 ERA. He's also got a 1.14 whip. Pepiot's given this team a ton of innings this year. One of the higher innings totals I have seen when breaking these games down. He's pitched 82 innings so far this year, so he's done a good job. The issue with Pepiot, he gives up a lot of walks, 24 walks in those 82 innings, also 13 homers in those 82 innings. He's got a record of 3-6, but he has a 3.31 ERA. So let's take a look at both these pitchers again. Eflin has a near full run ERA higher than Pepiot. The Rays are a significantly better team than the Orioles. They've won 9 more games. However, the Orioles are 6-2 when Eflin is the starter when it goes to a decision to him, and Pepiot's 3-6. So what does that tell you again? The Rays do not hit for Ryan Pepiot. All that being said, JD, over to you. What do you got?
Man, this one here is interesting just in the fact, as far as the pitchers go, neither one is actually bad. But in this spot, I am technically going to fade them both.
Well, I know which way you're going then.
Yeah. I mean, as far as the lineups versus the other pitcher, both of their numbers are actually really not bad, but the sample size is definitely very small. But this game is all about weather. That is what this play for me is all about. We are playing in a minor league park here.
That's correct.
And they're in Tampa, and tonight it's going to be hot, and you got the wind blowing out strong. That to me, this like number, I really think it's a full run off here. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's to me, it's as simple of a breakdown as you can possibly get. But yeah, like I'm on the over here.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as you, JD, and for good reason here. The Rays are actually coming in really hot into this game. They just came in off a series where they swept the Mets at home. Nobody has done that all year, and let me tell you something. That series, personally, hurt the fuck out of my wallet. That series destroyed my wallet. I kept thinking the Mets were going to get one back. They don't get swept at home. They've been the best home team in baseball, yada, yada, yada. The Rays showed up. They won 9-0 yesterday. The game before, they won 8-4. And the opening game of the series, they won 7-5. All 3 games against the Mets, they scored at least 7 runs, and all 3 of those games went over today's total. For the Orioles, their last game was yesterday against the Angels. They won 11-2, 13 runs in the game. Game before that, 6-5, 11 runs in the game. Then they had a couple low-scoring games. But both these teams' offenses are clicking right now. And, JD, what do we say on the show all the freaking time? When a team is hot in the summer, especially these months when you're not exactly super concerned about every single game. JD, we talk about it all the time, so I'll bring it up here again. Summer baseball, these teams aren't always fully into it every single day. You guys know what it is. It's a 162-game season. It's impossible for these players to care 100% about every single game. It's just how it is. But when a team's offense is currently clicking in the summertime, that's when we continue to ride them. And both these teams' offenses are currently clicking. Like I said, in both teams' most 2 recent games, the Orioles have scored 11-6, and the Rays have scored 9-8. Both offenses are clicking. Give me the over. JD, I agree with you 1,000%. Let's see runs here, and let's cash this over. Anyone in the comments, if you have any other questions, want to drop anything in, like I always say, drop them in. We are here for you. JD, ready to move on to the next game?
Let's do it.
We have an interesting one here with a couple things to talk about. We got the Red Sox taking on the Mariners. Red Sox have Lucas Giolito, the man you don't know what the fuck he's going to do on the mound. That's the best way to put Lucas Giolito. 2-1 on the year with a 5.45 ERA. On the other side for the Mariners, Logan Gilbert, 1-1, 2.37 ERA. Good to see Logan Gilbert back pitching. I know he was injured early in the year, but he is one of those tall, hard-throwing pitchers that really has some good stuff. JD, over to you. Mariners are a big favorite, but the storyline right now is all about the Red Sox. What were they thinking, in your opinion, trading Rafi Devers last night? And they really, in my opinion, did not get a great return back. Let me pull up here and see if I can get the full details so I can go over it.
They did not whatsoever. I'm still not really sure why.
I mean, I know why. The guy's an asshole. I mean, there's no other way about it. He refused to play first base. When they wanted him to DH, he bitched about not playing third, even though he was statistically the worst defensive third baseman in the league the last couple of years with errors and with defensive efficiency. He still was a huge headache. But now he's going over to a San Francisco Giants team who has probably the best defensive third baseman in baseball in Matt Chapman. So I don't think he's going to be getting back to third anytime soon. But what do you think about this trade? I have the details here. The Giants get Rafi Devers. The Red Sox get Jordan Hicks, Kyle Harrison, James Tibbs, and Jose Bayo. What are your thoughts?
I mean, like, Jordan Hicks.
He sucks. He sucks.
I was about to say, I mean, like, that's like the best part of that trade. And
I
that's
know.
And that's not even a good part. So, I don't know, man. I guess things were just really bad.
You know how you know what's really weird about this trade as well? I know I'm jumping and interjecting, and I apologize, but you know what it reminds me of a little bit? Not to the same magnitude, because it's not the same talent of player as Luka Doncic, but it was one of those that you didn't expect. It was one of those where Rafi Devers wasn't offered to the highest bidder. They made a deal in silence. They did it in the darkness. They didn't want anyone knowing. And another interesting fact, after they beat the Yankees yesterday, the Red Sox aren't returning home for 2 full weeks. So the timing of this was, hey, they're going on a road trip. We don't have to hear about it in person. We don't have to have them booing when we go out there for the next 2 weeks. Seems very similar to the Luka trade in a way that it was secretive. It was maybe they were mad at the player. It doesn't seem like they were looking for a great return or best possible return, because I don't think many teams knew he was available. So like, what do you think?
I was about to say, I mean, like, when I first saw that yesterday, I was so shocked. Because, like I said, nobody saw this coming here.
It was in silence, complete silence.
I mean, and this is also, got to remember, right when the Red Sox are actually playing well.
Yep.
Like they're on a good streak. Their last 10, I believe they're like 8-2. As far as the Yankees, I mean, like just actually swept them. Just like you said,
And he's the Yankee killer. Let me tell you something. See you later. He killed Garrett Cole. He was Garrett Cole's #1 mortal enemy. Get him the fuck out of here. I'm happy about it.
Yeah. So like you said, as far as the timing of it is, I think that is the weirdest part. It's just definitely the timing.
Yeah, I agree. And I just think it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, granted, he's an asshole. He was a headache, yada, yada. I get it. But at the end of the day, Boston's now one game over 500. They are making a run. Every team in baseball makes the playoffs if you're above 500. There's so many wild cards that get in, so many playoff teams now. Everyone has a chance. So for them to give up on really their cornerstone guy, like that was their cornerstone guy. Very interesting they did it kind of in silence. Very interesting that they didn't really give a lot of teams, an opportunity to outbid other teams, because you could see by the return they got. If they actually put this, to the whole league, sent the memo, we're looking to trade Rafi Devers, they could have got a huge return, and they didn't. They got Jordan Hicks. So I mean, interesting there. But let's move back to this game, JD. And I also want to know how this affects what you think is going to happen here. So we already broke down the pitchers. Seattle's a big favorite. Are the Red Sox a live dog, or are they cooked goose tonight?
I mean, normally I would say yes from how they're playing, but like you just said, I don't really. I mean, you like don't know.
You don't know.
It's gonna, like, as far as the actual clubhouse, like you don't really know what this is going to do, because, like I said, things had to have been a lot worse than we even thought for this to happen the way it did.
And it was bad on the outside. Like, looking in was bad.
Right. So like, hey, maybe the clubhouse is better now. I mean, maybe they're like, all right, cool, good. That seems a little crazy, but I mean, like that actually may like be the truth.
100%. 100%.
The problem is with this game is who the Red Sox have on the mound. As far as Giolito goes, I mean, like I said, we've been trying to fade him in actually most games. As far as this Mariners lineup against him, as far as their numbers are actually pretty damn good. But then you have another unknown on the other side. As far as actually Gilbert goes, he is actually making his first start back. Yep. As far as in the minors, he actually did make 3 rehab starts. In his third start, the last start, which that's the one I care about. Yeah. I believe he pitched 5 innings. He gave up just a couple of hits and gave up no earned runs. So he actually did pitch well, but that was the minors though. And this is a Red Sox team that their bats are hot. So you kind of don't know what you're going to get, kind of like all around here. The more that I don't have a play on this, but the more I've been looking at it, the total, we have a flat 7 here. And I'm thinking that both of these guys could get hit. So I'm really thinking that I might add on the over 7.
Why did you have to do that when my play was the over 7? Why did you have to look at it, figure it out, find a great edge, and then give it out before I get to speak, JD? Because you just found that now, and I've had that waiting to go. But no, I agree with you 1,000%. I think this one goes over. As you said, Logan Gilbert coming back off the injured list. Lucas Giolito is just a guy who gets it. He's got a 5.5 ERA on the year. The one thing that scares me is Giolito has won 4 out of his last 5 starts. The team has won 4 out of his last 5 starts. And his road ERA is only a 2.6. But like I said, the Red Sox mentality today is not going to be a good place. I mean, they just traded their cornerstone guy, the guy who's been there the longest, the heart and soul of that locker room, realistically. And to get rid of him, I know there's a new wave upcoming. You have Anthony Roman, who's there, or Roman Anthony. You have the younger guys coming up. It's now Bregman's team. Bregman's better than what Rafael Devers was, just to be completely honest. Bregman's been a top 1 or 2 third baseman in baseball this year. It's all interesting, but back to this specific game, I do think it's going to be a tough day mentally for the Red Sox. It's tough when a guy like that gets traded. It's tough to then understand that you may be sellers. This team may not be a team that the organization and the management is looking to win this year. So they may sell off guys like Jarren Duran, who I do think they will sell. How do you think he's going to play, knowing that he's probably getting traded because there's no spot in the outfield for him? They've made it clear who their 3 future cornerstone outfielders are. And he's not one of them. That's why he rotates to every other outfield position due to whoever's injured. So I think he'll be traded. There's a lot of other guys on that team who are on 1-year deals I think get traded. But before they do get traded, the mentality of these players is going to be tested tonight, and I just don't see them having a big performance. Give me the over 7. I also don't mind the Mariners as a parlay piece. It's a tough day to find a parlay. I mean, if you want to throw something in with the Thunder, like, I get it. Like, everyone thinks the Thunder is winning. We're going to get to that game in a minute, so I could talk about that now. Let me see what the parlay is. I don't love that because the Thunder are minus 405 money line, but let's see if you can get anything on.
You're still going to
You can get it at plus 100. If you want to parlay the Mariners and the Thunder, you get it at plus 100. You could also parlay the Mariners and the Yankees. I think the Yankees break out of their streak tonight against the Angels, who are coming to New York. You can get that at a plus 140. But, yeah, I do think the Mariners do end up winning this game, and I do think the over 7. I'm officially going to be on the over 7, but like I said, I don't mind to play on a parlay with the Mariners as a money line piece of the parlay. All right, JD, we got one more MLB game left, unless you guys put anything else in the comment. Did we miss any MLB games? Yeah, we missed 1, 2. We skipped 3 of them.
I'm about to say, just about to say, like I think that was 7 games today.
Yeah, so if you guys we skipped 2. If you got 3. If you guys want to ask us anything, we're here for you. But final game of the day is the biggest storylines, and I think the best edge of the day. And you guys probably aren't going to like what I'm picking, but we'll get to that in a minute. We have the Padres. We got the Dodgers. And what's the big news of this game, JD? I'll let you answer. What's the storyline surrounding the Padres-Dodgers tonight?
The man, one of the best bats in the game, is coming back and going to be on the mound tonight.
Yes, sir. Shohei.
Yes, the man is back. I've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. As far as bullpen, he's been throwing a lot of it.
Yep.
So we literally talked about this last week that actually like he would be coming back soon, and sure enough, here he is. The thing about it, he is definitely not going to go long. As far as last night, they first originally said 3 innings, but now that's been bumped down to really just 1. He could go 2. I mean, if the first just goes extremely well.
Yep.
But that is all that I am expecting to see from him. But it is just good, and it's just kind of good for the whole game to have him out there again, just because people love seeing that, man, because it's just so crazy to be able to do both, to play both sides of the ball. Well, not just that, but to be able to specifically pitch and then hit as well as he does.
Yeah.
You just don't see that. So definitely glad that actually he is out there tonight. But for me, I actually bet the Dodgers, and I bet that last night. The line has gone up since. Matter of fact, now I honestly probably would not bet the Dodgers on the money line now. I would actually rather go with the Dodgers team total over currently, because they have, as far as the Padres, they have Cease on the mound, and Cease just faced them in this past week. It was his last start. Yes, he did hold them down to no runs. I don't think that happens again whatsoever. He actually did walk, I believe it was 5 guys. And if he walks anywhere close to 5 guys tonight, he's going to give up a bunch of runs. I definitely think that he gets hit. What happens if he...
So they could start him at DH as well, David. You can be the starting pitcher, and you can also be the DH. So I do believe he will be the starting pitcher and the DH in this game. I don't think they'll sub him into right field or a lot of other speculation. I did just Google it to double check. I did just verify. You can do that.
Yeah, as far as the DH goes, they're going to do that because they would not lose his bat. They would not throw him out there for just one inning and then lose his bat for the whole game.
You know what's weird? You have to be the starting pitcher to be the DH, but they can't put in a reliever to be the DH, and then you can't put him into the game. You know what I mean? So if you start as the DH and you're a relief pitcher, you can't in the 8th inning they get moved into the field, but you can start as pitcher and be the DH. Very interesting there.
Got it. So I guess it all just has to be pre-game.
Exactly.
I guess that's what the main thing is there.
Exactly.
But anyway, man, yeah, to me, I just this is a spot where the Dodgers, they just played last night. They did play the Sunday night baseball game, so I would normally not be trying to back them, but they stayed home. They're not, as far as travel, there is no travel or anything like that. And I just really think that they get to Cease. And after Ohtani pitches, they're going to have it looks like Ben Kasparius. There you go. And I definitely do not mind him being in. And actually, then of course it's going to be the regular bullpen after that. So yeah, but currently at the current prices, I think I would actually go with the Dodgers team total over. Or if you think the Padres are going to be able to score a few runs, then I definitely wouldn't mind just the full game over.
Yeah, I like the full game over. I'm on the Padres at plus 140 on the money line, guys. Shohei's first time pitching in years. He's only going to go a max of 2 innings. Then they have to go to Ben Kasparius and do a full bullpen game. This Padres team has done a great job against the Dodgers over the last couple of years. The Dodgers lead the series 2-1, but the Padres had some big games against them in the first series just over a week ago. And I do expect this Dodgers team to have a big performance. We did just see what's his name? Dylan Cease in his last start go up against this Dodgers team. They won 11-1. That was their big win. So I don't love that this lineup is going to see him a second time in basically a week. But I do like the value on the Padres at a plus 140. If you can get that, I think you definitely have to take it. Shohei's only giving him 2 innings. They have Dylan Cease on the bump. I know Dylan Cease has not exactly been the Dylan Cease we're used to, but I do think he still has that in him, and he could produce a good game here. He's still a big-time pitcher, a big-game pitcher, and I expect the Padres to be able to perform. They had a big win yesterday. They won 5-4 over the Giants. They were able to hold them off. They really should have won. They really should have swept that series. They had a really bad game. Those 2 games. But I do expect that they will have a big performance here. The Padres, sorry, they beat the D-backs, not the Giants. The Dodgers beat the Giants. But either way, I do love the Padres in the spot. I think they are able to get it done at a plus 140 money line. Just too much value for me to not take. So that's my official play on this game. JD, we have one comment here asking us about the Yankees. Parlay Prince, if anyone puts anything in the Yankees, you don't have to ask twice. I will jump right into anything Yankees. Let's go into it. Pitching for the Angels tonight is Jose Soriano. He's 4-5 with a 3.86 ERA. Pitching for the Yankees is the guy who JD pronounces his name beautifully, Clark Schmidt. Clark's 3-3 on the year with a 3.6. JD, do you like anything in this game, or is this a stay away with the Yanks being ice cold, not being able to really score runs right now, and being a minus 200? What are your thoughts?
I'll say it was definitely a stay away. Let me pull it up real quick just to.
I agree, David. I agree. It is a bullpen game. That's exactly what it is.
Myself. Yeah, this is a stay away. I mean, this is just one of those spots where I want to see the Yankees just get back on track first. Versus the Angels, I mean, they should. Because the Angels, I believe I actually believe that they just got swept also.
Yep.
So, I mean, yes, it's a game where it should be a Yankees spot. But even though it's a very short card today, there's a lot of plays that I like. So
same.
This one for me was just an easy pass.
No play for me at minus 200. You guys know I'm not a big run line guy. If you're betting on the favorite, there's no way I can back Jose Soriano and the Angels in the spot. And there's just no way I could take the Yankees at a minus 1.5 line right now, even though it's at a plus 110. They didn't score against the Red Sox all series. I mean, let's pull it up here. The Yankees scored a total of 4 runs in 3 games. I got to see the offense warm up. And I have to stay the exact way I always am with you guys. In the summertime, if a team's bats are cold, you stay off them. If a team's bats are hot, you back them. And the Yankees are cold right now, so you have to stay away. I have to see the performance.
I was like paying attention to some of those games. I actually didn't have plays on them, but I was still paying attention, and they were having guys on too. They just could not get any timely hits.
Yep. Story of the Yankees season. When they're cold, that's what they do. They'll get walks, they'll get on base, but they won't be able to drive anyone in, and that's just what happens sometimes. David, I couldn't agree more, but the good news is the Red Sox kind of sold their playoff chances yesterday. So I don't see the Red Sox making the playoffs without Rafi Devers. They have an injured Bregman, and their roster is not built for long-term for the season. If they get in, they'll maybe be the last wild card team, but they're not a real threat without Devers, in my opinion. Yeah, so, JD, like I said, I'm in the same boat you are. No play for me. Got to see the Yankees actually put something together. All right, though. It's about time to get in the meat and the potatoes, what everyone is here for. Before we even get into the NBA, we have over 1,000 people rocking with us right now. We appreciate every single one of you for tuning in, as always. JD, ready for me to hit the graphic?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, bro. We're going into the NBA Finals, JD. Game 5 with the series all knotted up at 2 apiece. JD, this has been quite a crazy series. There's no other way to put it. The Thunder in the last game were a 6-point favorite. I was on the Thunder. I'm going to be honest, everyone out there.
No sweat, man. No sweat.
So my honest to everyone out there is there's no fucking way in hell we should have cashed that -6, but we did. We're running with it and we're happy about it. But I'm not gonna act like that was a good read. That was a lucky win. I'm not gonna be the one who's like, oh, we nailed that one, and we got pretty fucking lucky with the way that one ended. But we'll take it. That's how the gambling world works sometimes.
Well, you know what? And just to talk about that one game, what happened in that fourth quarter was exactly what actually like we have talked about though. The Thunder can be down or actually they can have a small lead and they can change that and like go on that like 12-0 run, a 15-0 run or something like that so fast. And yeah, so it's actually as far as that fourth quarter goes from them, that was big.
Yep, absolutely big. And JD, back on track. They got themselves back in the series, and this game is absolutely pivotal. We are back in OKC. JD, the line is interesting in this one. OKC is favored by a monster 9.5 yet again. That's the current line, and the over is currently setting it at over 224.5. What do you like in this game?
I mean, yeah, kind of surprised to see the line still here. The odds makers have not moved off. Actually, what they thought this was going to be. As far as the Pacers, as far as I don't know. I just thought we would start seeing a little more love, actually, like for them, with just how close these like games have been. With saying that, I mean, as far as the odds have shifted back, the Thunder now to win the series are back huge favorites. Like I think they're -500 or actually something again now.
Let me see here. -520. You nailed it.
Yeah, which is a little crazy for the series being tied. But yeah, man. I mean, I think this is the game. Whoever wins this game is going to win it all. So the Thunder are actually big favorites here. So obviously, like that is most likely what is going to happen. To me, I really wanted to play the Thunder in the first half, but I was expecting this number to be lower. So I got priced out of that. That was going to be my first look. But then again, as far as the total, that's where I'm looking at now. And kind of like, what was it? I think it was game 3. I ended up playing the first half over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not bet this yet. I have not given this out as a play, but I think I'm going to go back to that first half over. It is down to 109. I just think that's too low. I know as far as this series, as far as the scoring, it has definitely not been actually as like high as actually I thought it would be.
Yep.
But still, man, this first half, getting the first half at actually 109 with these two teams, I just think that's too actually low. I also like the Thunder is actually like as far as their team total in the first half. I actually think it's 57. I also like that one. But I think as far as the Pacers, I think that they're going to come out well here also. Well, actually like enough as far as actually scoring wise. So I think I'm going to end up being on this first half over.
I like it. I'm on the full game over, JD. This is my second official SoBet pick of the day. I told you guys earlier, currently in 11th in that tournament. I have a 2-unit play in this game, and it's my absolute favorite play of the day. Over 224.5. We're going to see both these teams come out hot. Both these teams are going to score, and I think this one's going to finish closer than what the line is, what the books are projecting. I don't think that this is going to be a double-digit win for the Thunder. I think this one's going to come down to the wire. I think the Thunder definitely win. Probably by in between 4 to 7 points in that range. But I also think there's going to be a lot of fouls at the end of the game to get the free throws to get us over that number. That's one of the reasons I love this. The books are just giving no respect to the Pacers, and I understand why. This Thunder team has been unbelievable all year, but at the same time, this Pacers team is no slouch. They can score with the best of them, and they've shown that they can defend in this series. So I think this one will stay close. I do think the Thunder definitely win, and I do think this definitely goes over that 224.5. It's by far my favorite play of the day. JD, any props in this game? I know we don't have Joe on today. Shout out, Joe. We miss you. We know you're the NBA guru here. Same with our guy, Hefe, another NBA sharp. We miss both you guys. We can't wait to have you back on soon. But JD, any props from you before we go into our player profit powered best bets of the day?
Take a look at it, man, because no, I actually didn't have any scoped out, but but I can definitely take a look though.
Yeah, I'm currently looking as well. This series has been weird for props. Like, so a lot of them have not gone how you think it's going to go. The only prop I really do like is probably going to be Luigi Dort, 3+3s at +200. Dort's been unbelievable, especially at home. He's hitting all his open threes. He's going to get a lot of looks tonight. If you are the Pacers, who do you rather take the shot, SGA, Jalen Williams, or Lou Dort? You want Lou Dort taking that shot. He's been great. So give me Lou Dort, 3+3s at +200. It's my favorite prop on the game.
Well, I'm going to give you Joe's because Joe is supposed to be on the show today, guys. And actually, he had something come actually up. So his best bet, I actually know what it was going to be. So I am sure that he will not mind me sharing it. His favorite prop, which was a little different. It is
a rebound. It's going to be a rebound prop, ain't it?
It is a steals prop.
Oh, let's go, Joe.
It is actually SGA over 1.5 steals.
Okay.
He actually got that at -125. During the postseason, he's actually cleared this in 9 of 11 games. So actually, yeah, like actually just able to get this line seems like a great play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it here. The 9 out of 11 times is maybe 9 out of the last 11 games. They've played way more than 11 playoff games.
Playoff, well,
but let me see here. Yeah, 9 out of no, not that either. But he's been great. He's had a ton of steals. I have it up here. It's not quite that, but he's been fantastic. He had 3 steals in his last game. He's hit that in 3 of the 4 games in this series, which is fantastic. Last series he hit it in 3 out of the 5, and the series before he hit it in 50% of them. So he has done it a ton. I definitely think there is some great value there. And shout out SoBet, man. Alpha making a push in the contest. I told you I'd be up there, bro. We just gave out my second SoBet play of the day today, which is the over in this game for 2 units. So we're very excited about that. But Joe's prop, I do like it. JD, he's done it a ton in this series, and that's because there's a lot of ball handling guards for the Pacers. So that gives SGA a ton of opportunities for steals. So shout out our guy, Joe. Fantastic work getting there. And then yet again, guys, my official prop on this game is going to be Lou Dort, 3+3s at +200. All right, JD, anything else you want to talk about before we dive in to our best bets powered by Player Profit?
I think that's it, man.
All right, well, let's get this off the screen. And let's go into our best bets of the day. However, Best Bets is now powered by Player Profit. Guys, if you don't already know what Player Profit is, they're a fantastic company that allows you to take a challenge where you pay a lower price to get in. And if you do well enough and pass their different levels of the challenge, you get funded and get to bet with their money. And you get a portion of the profit you make with them. Guys, check out Player Profit. It really is fantastic. It really is a great way to get in for a low price point to try out their contest and see if you can get yourself funded. JD and I are currently doing the challenge. I know he's doing one. We're doing one every single day with our best bets as well. So we're showing you guys exactly how to do this. And if you guys have any questions, we'd love to help you. But JD, without further ado, let's put it on the screen and show them all about the challenge.
For sure. Yeah, this is going to show, well, as far as on Friday, we actually had 3 plays then. And actually, we went 1 and 2. So we are actually down just a little bit here. But this page kind of shows you where everything is. As far as your number of picks here, it's actually showing where we've.
Did I freeze or did you freeze? One of us froze. One of us froze. I don't know if it's me. Are we back? We're back?
Can you still hear me?
We're back. We now have you. We didn't have you for the last 10 seconds.
Okay. As far as the picks goes, as far as 20 picks, you have to make at least that actually many picks. And then you see here for actually this account size, as far as actual profit, you have to make 5,000, which actually these numbers are actually going to change for actually each different size.
Yep.
So anyway, this is just kind of like the actually like back end, so you can kind of see things here. Yep. Like actually Alpha said, if you have any questions, which I'm sure that you will, definitely let us know.
100%.
And we will help you through this.
100%.
As far as our best bets today, we're going to put them here. Today, we are each playing to win 500. I am going to be on that Rays and the O's over eight and a half runs.
Mhm.
And Alpha's going to be on that OKC and Indiana over 225.
Let's get it. Let's get it. We're looking to make a big profit here. We're looking to move up the rankings and get ourselves funded using player profit. Like we said, check it out. DM us. It's really cheap to try your first contest, guys, and see if you have what it takes to get yourself funded and gamble with other people's money and make a profit out of it. So it's a really cool company. We're super excited to be partnered with them and working with them. We only believe in working with companies that we think provide great value, that are really good in the industry and do a great thing. And we think this is a different, unique way you can try your betting style without having to risk a ton of your own money. So give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. All right, JD, we've done the games. We've done the MLB. We've done the NBA. We broke everything down. We even did the player profit. Anything else for the people before we get the fuck out of here today?
Yeah, one actually more thing. Just a little overall tip as far as in this game, actually, what we actually play here. And that is never, and I've said this a ton, I'm gonna repeat it here. Never get too high and also never get too low. I know for a lot of people that is extremely hard. You go as far as the swings, but as far as in sports betting, you're like gonna have them though. I mean, it doesn't matter who actually you actually are. I mean, you're like gonna have them. So that's why, just when you're running good, just never get too high, and then when you're running bad, just actually never get too actually low.
Amen. Amen. I love that.
Yeah, just definitely gonna preach that again. But
100%.
But anyway, tonight let's run good and let's get some winners and let's fucking win.
So what I heard from JD is everyone get high tonight and win some bets. That's what I took out of that. Let's all win. Let's all fucking cash. And JD, let's fucking win, baby.
Let's do it.
We'll see everyone tomorrow. Same time, same place. JD, say goodbye to the people.
Later, guys.
Peace.